wanted to share with you guys an experience I had recently just to bring you up to date. Since I moved out to California, I've been all raw, 100% 80-10-10, woo! And for a few weeks before that, so I think I'm on like day 62 or something. I'm trying not to you know, be too much of a Nazi about it or get too attached to the idea of being 100% all raw, 80-10-10, but it's nice. It's like a good accomplishment. So a few days ago, for whatever reason, I was bored. I was restless, and I just needed to get out. And I went to Olak, which, for those who don't know, is a gourmet vegan restaurant in Orange County. Dan McDonald's favorite restaurant, and the menu is like half raw, half cooked. And I decided I'm gonna have some raw gourmet, and kind of against my better judgment, of course, right? Because that's never gonna go well. But I was just needed to mix it up because I've been under a lot of stress with school, and I've been kind of feeling lonely because I don't know too many people out here. I had a huge social circle in Austin, and now it's everybody I know is pretty far away on the west side of LA, so I don't really hang out with a lot of people aside from school. And so yeah, I went there and I got a soaked rice dish, which I was pretty surprised. It was sprouted wild rice or something like that, and it was basically like eating cooked food. I mean, it was this curried rice that had peas and dehydrated mushrooms and avocados and olives. And I decided okay, I'm gonna be 100% present when I eat this, just to enjoy it, because I don't want it to be just stuffing my face, and that never goes well. So I decided to eat it very slowly, and it was delicious in the beginning. And I think as time progressed, it got less and less tasty. In the beginning, it was very stimulating and it was really good. And then it got to a point where I was eating it slowly and consciously, that my stomach got full, but I wasn't done. There was still more food because I got a pretty big portion. And I noticed that I was physically full, but I was not satiated or satisfied. Part of my brain wanted to keep eating. My mouth was it tastes so good, eat more. And then my stomach was don't put any more in, we're full, don't do it. And so I got into this I could become aware of both of these influences on me, both these voices in my head. Someone saying eat more, it tastes good. And one saying we're full, don't put any more in, it's not going to be good. You're just going to make yourself feel worse if you eat more. So amazingly, I had the self-discipline to be okay, put it in a box to go. And so it was about half the food that I took home with me. And even though I was stuffed to the gills, on the drive home, there was that voice in my head that was eat some now, eat it, it's good. Eat it! Eat the food! And the other part of it was no, you're so full, don't eat anymore, save it for tomorrow. And so I got home and I ate a little bit more of it, but I was still so full. I was I can't do this. I can't. And then I woke up the next morning and I was sore from the workout the day before, which I hadn't been sore the day after, but it was after a 2-day thing of having a raw gourmet. I noticed that I was sore. I noticed that my breath and my body reeked of spices, curry. And I just didn't feel that great. I didn't feel terribly hungover, but I normally wake up feeling pretty good. And this morning I was slow and sluggish. And as soon as I got out of bed and got moving, everything was okay. But it was just sort of weird to have that experience. And then that morning, it was that part of my brain that was craving it was still firing off you gotta eat it, you gotta eat it. And then I was no, I have to have my fruit for breakfast. I can't eat that for breakfast. That's ridiculous. And so I had my breakfast, and I think it was a mango pineapple smoothie or something like that. I've been basically doing mango, orange, and pineapple, some combination thereof, for breakfast for every day for the past, I don't know how long. And so I had it, and then I was still craving. I was okay, I'm just gonna eat it. So I ate the last bit of it, and it kind of slowed me down. But I guess the whole experience was definitely learning for me. And I've had some worse experiences of eating gourmet raw, or eating cooked after a long period of eating all raw. And I would say it was the least harmful. and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I had that conscience of like not eating too much. I think also the fact that it was rice, maybe like the carb to fat ratio was a little more favorable. I mean, I don't really know if there was like oil. I presume there was salt in it, and didn't taste oily or greasy, but it did taste like heavily spicy and salty. So like it didn't like completely ruin my day, which it has in the past. But I thought it was funny that I became aware of this like duality of like one part of me saying like it tastes really good, eat more, and then another part of me saying like no, we're full, don't eat anymore. Because I know that when I eat like 80-10-10, satiation and fullness come at the same time. So I'm never like full without being satiated, which sucks because you just want to eat more, but you know it's going to make you not feel good. Or satiated without being full. I think maybe that happens sometimes. I'm just like, I'm done. Like, I don't want any more food. I feel fine. And maybe again I'm hungry in a few hours and I eat more, but really made me aware. And I don't know if this is like the meditation is making me more aware of these things that are going on, but it was definitely like an interesting learning experience. So kind of wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any comments or like experiences with eating gourmet raw or anything like that you want to share, I'd love to hear it. I'll probably go back there for my birthday and just get something like a little less intense and just make sure to eat it consciously and slowly and pay attention to what I'm doing and kind of like as an experiment again. And of course staying raw, so if I have gourmet raw like once a month, like I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it really had that much of a negative effect on me other than showing me like, hey, you probably don't want to make this a fairly frequent thing. So looking forward to hearing what you have to say. I got a bunch more videos that I'm working on. I know I always say that, but I wrote down a whole list of ideas and got some cool stuff coming. So look forward to that once I actually sit down and bang them out. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Adios.